A good death. My mother was a vivacious, over-the-top, suck the air out of the room diva, Aunt Mame type character who loved me and my sister with a fierceness that left us reeling at times. So watching her deteriorate for a decade with arthritis and congestive heart failure was soul-crushing, enraging, and depressing. But thanks to God or the goddess or the universe or Kali or some force of nature, that decline is not this story. No, this is how my mother died a good death. One that was dramatic enough to suit her purpose and hilarious enough for me to write about because thanks to Mom, I don't personally do drama. Mom died of a butterfly glioblastoma. Now you're thinking, gal, that's not so funny, but it was because it was my mom and she was fucking hilarious. And brain tumors aren't often tragic because of the treatment, not the disease. And she refused treatment. Here, I'm gonna use the following phrase as it should be used in a genuine sense. Bless her heart. She knew what she was doing. The neurosurgeon who diagnosed her came to the hospital room to talk with my mom, my sister, and me super late one night. He had clearly been in surgery for ages and had blood all over his scrubs, which I filed as odd and surreal later. He sat down on the bed and chatted with us for an hour. What a marvelous man. He started to give us options. I asked, will surgery or chemo or radiation get my mom's short-term memory back? By then, she had lost a shit ton of it. And he said, oh no, not at all. So there was that. She would, from then on, almost always be living simultaneously in the far past and immediate present, with only a few moments of startling clarity in between. And I asked how long she would have with treatment and without, and the answer was 4 months without treatment and a year with. My mom gave us one of those moments of startling clarity and said, don't be ridiculous. And she laughed like she was a young woman. She looked as beautiful as I imagined she had when she was 30 and began to flirt outrageously with the surgeon, who was her age. They had talked of old times and her years being in the Women's Army Corps, his years in the Army. It was an amazing thing to watch the two of them for the next half hour. His exhaustion seemingly totally lifted, the brain tumor suspended in time, totally articulate. Those were the last fully functioning 30 minutes she had. And they were the exact 30 minutes I would have chosen for her, with a brilliant, fascinating 70-year-old man who was completely immersed in her storytelling. Then he took his leave, and my descent into comedy horror began. The next night, my mom relentlessly tried to pick me up. And I don't mean like when I was a baby. Yeah, she thought I was some chick she was in love with in the Army. There's nothing quite like being chased around a hospital room, being hit on by your mom. What's your response? Do you call her mom? Do you play along but say, You're tired and have a headache. I have an adult son, and the only thing running through my head in the wee hours of that night were, oh, holy shit. Dear God, and I'm not the praying type, but I was that night. Please, oh, please, God, do not let me get a brain tumor and make a pass at my son. Or, worse yet, as the days and nights rolled on, please save me from dementia, brain tumor days, because I do not want to reveal all of my deep, dark secrets to my son. Let this sink in to all the parents out there. Yes, take a moment and roll through all the big secrets. And now the little ones, like my mom did to me. You know, I don't mind being the bearer of my mom's secrets. I am, in fact, the proud repository of her scandals, the shockers, the deep well of stories not fit for print, the little embarrassments too. Some I won't tell to another soul, maybe. But I am scared shitless that my son will be the bearer of mine. Ironic. My mom's secrets made her more human to me. Made me realize why she raised me and my sister the way she did. I became more forgiving, gave her more leeway, loved her more. It was a weight that came off of me. Oh, I see. Oh, of course. I hold these secrets like little baby kittens or maybe baby mice, but my secrets and my son? Fuck no. Let's see. Some other comedic moments. Oh, we quickly had to put mom into a nursing facility since she was turning on all the stove burners and locking the front door. That's not the funny part. No need to nervously laugh at that. The facility was less than 15 minutes from my house. Given my flexible schedule and tons of sick leave, which I look back on with immense gratitude, I could have breakfast with her, do my work, then be with her all afternoon and evening. So I walked in one afternoon, and mom had on pants I had never seen. Hey, mom. Awesome purple pants. Aren't they beautiful? She was always so enthusiastic and talked to me as if I had just been there 2 minutes before. Where'd you get them, Mom? She refused to answer and just shrugged mysteriously. Of course, she had stolen them from some other resident. I learned that happens a lot with dementia patients. They like to go hunting and rummaging in other rooms, and brain tumors mimic dementia symptoms. So mom wound up with a lot of shit that wasn't hers. Hey, if you can't bother to put your name on the stuff in Sharpie like they tell you to do, your loss. Mama's gonna take possession and wear it proudly. Then there was the day she was wearing plastic bags. Again, crazy enthusiasm. Look, aren't these gorgeous? Wow, Mom, that's amazing. She had tied plastic bags on her feet like little bows, or like bows. Not kidding. And at that point, a minister came by to pray with her. Now, my mom, not a religious person, pre-brain tumor, but post-brain tumor, she loved the religious people. Prayed like she was dying, which she did not, no, I promise. I wonder about all of those volunteers, if they really understand that it's the illness talking. I have a stepson who has a traumatic brain injury caused by a drug overdose. Yes, this family is a barrel of laughs. He too loves the prayer people. He too is in a nursing home part-time. He gleefully shows me their cards when I come by. Look who came to visit. Yep, I see. Where were they, I wonder, when you were on drugs? Perhaps the story isn't as full of hilarity as I thought. There are dozens of other stories from those last 2 months, but I'll leave you with the hard-working nurses and aides. They loved my mom, and they would always say what a joy she was. And then, invariably, they would ask the same question. Was your mom always this sweet? I didn't have the heart to tell most of them, oh, fuck no. She was hell on wheels. Cheers, Mom.